Hardware Session 2. At the end of the session, you will learn the important components inside the cabinet. In our last class, we have learned what is motherboard. Motherboard is a PCB, that is printed circuit board. All the components of the computer and its related devices are connected to this board. So we call it as main board. And what is related devices? Any external devices like keyboard, mouse, monitor, printer, etc. are related devices, or otherwise we can call it as peripheral devices. We have already learned what is peripheral devices in your third standard. Now, we are connecting these peripheral devices to the motherboard or to the computer through cables, right? Yes, we are connecting all these devices to the motherboard through a point or a hole or a slot. So that point is called as port. So we can say port is a point through which an external device like mouse, keyboard, monitor, speakers, etc. are connected to the computer. There are number of ports fixed inside the motherboard. Different devices or different external devices like keyboard, mouse, monitor, etc. are connected through different types of ports. Let's see these different types of ports one by one. Yes, this is PS2 port. This is for PS2 keyboard and PS2 mouse. We have already learned in our third standard what is PS2 keyboard and what is PS2 mouse, right? Yes. So it is the point or it is the port through which we are connecting PS2 keyboard or PS2 mouse. Here you can see this green color is for connecting PS2 mouse and this purple color is for connecting PS2 keyboard. Alright? Yes. Now, next is HDMI port. And I think, sorry, this might be familiar for you. When you switch on the TV, you might have seen HDMI 1, HDMI 2, etc. What does that mean? HDMI is the point at where your monitor is connected to the motherboard. Go and check at the back side of your television. You can observe HDMI port at which your monitor or TV monitor has been connected. So we can say HDMI port is for connecting computer monitors. Now, this is VGA port. This port is also for connecting monitor. Now what is the difference between VGA and HDMI? There are a lot of difference between the two. It's all about your age. So simply understand HDMI has high resolution compared to VGA. That means HDMI is more clearer than VGA monitors. Now, VGA port is completely replaced by HDMI port. This VGA port can be viewed only in our older computers like CRT monitors. So, both HDMI and VGA port are for computer monitors. Now, next is USB port. And you all know that USB port is for connecting USB keyboard and USB mouses. Also, USB, pen drives or printers, etc. are connected through USB port. Alright? And you are very familiar with the USB port, right? You go and observe here the cables of your phones. You can see that is what is the USB cable and that is what is the USB port. Alright? Now, next is NIC port. This is what is NIC port for network. Networking means more than one computers are connected to each other to share the data of one another. To connect computers to each other in a network, we are using NIC port. Now, finally, this is what is sound jacks. Then sound jacks is for audio purposes. All those related with sound are connecting through audio jacks such as speakers, microphones, etc. So all these are the ports which are fixed in our motherboard through which we are connecting all the external devices to the motherboard. Now, which all ports we have studied so far? Yes, let's see. VGA or HDMI port for computer monitor, PS2 or USB for mouse or keyboard, and also USB port for pen drive or printer, and NIC port for network. Alright? Yes. That's all to learn about motherboard. Next important component inside the cabinet or ATX cabinet, or we can call it as a CPU, is SMPS. That is, S stands for switch, M stands for mode, P stands for power, and S stands for supply. That is switch mode power supply. Here you can see this is our SMPS. And what is the function of SMPS? Yes, this gives the needed power supply for all the internal parts of the computer like motherboard, hard disk, DVD drive, etc. All these needs power or current for their proper working. So the needed power is supplied by SMPS. Alright? Okay. So that's all for today's class. Now next class we can see with another components. Thank you.